All right, so most of these rumors have to do with DZ, the elevator story from back then, and a big misunderstanding that has led to the tag of being a liar and a lot of things gone hayway. So, one of the rumors that started over the last couple of years. Wait, let me close my door. No more echo. Sweet talked behind Guild and Sykes back during free agency and actively sabotaged them. So if you remember my stream way back when I announced joining LG, a lot of people made a big commotion about what had happened behind the scenes with me, Sykes, and Guild potentially teaming. And at the time, I thought Nick, ZZ, his in-game name, DZ's coach, was the person who started this rumor where I said Guild was bad because of his relationship and Sykes had mental health issues. Now, come to find out today, ZZ was actually the scapegoat for a different person who, out of respect for DZ, I will not say. But I've talked to DZ I talked to Zero today for a couple hours, and some things came to light, and let me show you some receipts. However, let me sit down. All right, so for people who are confused, back when LG was first announced, I said that me, Guild, and Sykes were potentially going to be a team, but that was sabotaged by somebody in the DZ camp fucking around. Now, at the time, I had asked Sykes and Guild, and they told me ZZ is the person who told them this. Completely lost in this whole situation. Maybe this stream isn't for you, but this is for people who are involved in the drama, so that probably means everybody. That kind of spiraled over the last couple months to me trying to get rid of DZ and take over the org, which was also not true. And tying it back to the first point, nuanced conversations and accusations towards Nick, the coach of DZ, who turned out to be the scapegoat of the situation. Ladies and gentlemen, we have scapegoat drama. Don't worry, all the details are coming soon. Backstory. So, at the beginning of free agency, the DZ owner-operator approached me and said that they potentially wanted to build a team around me. That's what started a long, drawn-out drama session that is now turned into blaming me and calling me a liar 6 months removed, when in reality, none of the logs have been leaked until today. And not only am I trying to prove my innocence to the DZ Apex members, which turns out I have no beef with, but also general fans who don't have enough information to come to an educated conclusion, right? That's the backstory for the first part. The second part is a story about an elevator involving Zero, the infamous story, which I'll address in a little bit, and the Skittlecakes thing. Now, I'm going to be releasing some logs that completely contradict what a lot of people had seemed to have happened behind the scenes. Now, I didn't want to have to release these logs, but Sykes, Sykes kind of provoked it out of me today. I originally thought Sykes didn't, but then I went back and read the logs, and unfortunately Sykes kind of baited me. Well, he didn't bait me, I kind of baited him. And then, so one thing led to another, and I had to clear my name. Let me show you what had happened. Cannot open up the wrong Discord chat. That could be bad. That could be bad, ladies and gentlemen. So, at no fault to Sykes, did Sykes start with this? I said some stuff about how Sykes had a pretty poor showing at the most recent LAN. Officer, take me away. Self-admitted by Sykes. And he added me in the chat and led with, "Sweet, I will gladly post a screenshot you sent to DZ in the DMs." Hinting at, because you definitely didn't DM my manager and say Guild had girlfriend problems and I have mental health issues, so DZ shouldn't pick either of us. So, one would expect there to be a DM that exists of me saying these things, right? Because this is what's perpetuating the liar tag, right? These logs would have been said in reality on Discord, right? Bad news! Wait. I have to be very official here. I have to actually have a direct link to the manager. Hold on. We're in court. Court's in session. One moment, please. Oh. Well, I don't really want to touch on that, but let's just say something was deleted in the Discord from Sykes, but that's okay. I understand it. Now, it is time for this picture. My conversation with the manager of DZ, the person who I apparently DM'd these things to. Let me read it out to you in my voice. Hey, BC. Any update on what DZ is planning on doing moving forward? I've heard you are going to keep the core of Jin and Zero and work from there. We trialed Jin a few days ago and it was great. Just following up and getting closure on previous talks if interested needed. Thanks. DC. Hey, sweet. I just followed up with Jack as well, but we are going to continue Jin and Zero into next split. Good luck with everything, man. Really appreciate your transparency and professionalism and wish you the best. This is a guy shit-talking people behind their backs? Sweet. Hey, truth be told, I was excited to get the opportunity to trial Jen, and his inclination to continue trials led me to believe this conclusion was unlikely, which saddens me because I think we could have brought a lot of value to DZ. Nevertheless, appreciate the consideration in the talks and wish nothing but the best to Jen and Zero. Ladies and gentlemen, Sweet actively tried to get rid of the DZ roster. But there's more DMs with BC in a voice chat. Wait. I was called out in the Discord for saying, are you saying you were never in a call though? Which one do we want to start with? We'll do this. So this is 10:14. Hey, keeping you both in the loop here. I'm on track to finalize things on the end by Friday. Teams have been requested to accept their auto invites by Thursday, 10:18. Blah, 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 blah. So I don't know if that pressures any direction before then. This is when, at this point, we were potentially going to play with Zero and Koi. I confirmed that with Zero today when I talked to him. Without saying something that I can't say on stream, that would add a lot of context to this. This was the continuation of my talks with DZ that is further building upon DZ's original interest in building around me, right? Let's see here. This is me just telling them, all right, I'm in developed talks with other orgs, such as LG. Talked to Zero. There was a weird disconnect between Zero and Jen. It was just a bunch of free agency stuff. Everybody was playing their cards different directions. Nothing wrong there. Now, around the same time, supposedly, I was shit-talking Sykes and Guild behind their backs so that I could get on DZ with, I don't know. It's like the most batshit crazy rumor and complete lie I've ever heard. Now, this was pretty much proof that I handled things pretty well above board. And then 10/27, at the end of the month, this was our final correspondence about this. BC tells me, hey, sweet, the rumors are just rumors right now. Nothing substantial, unfortunately, for any party. As much as we looked and tracked to finalize things 1 to 2 weeks ago, we're now in the position to slow play a few things. I'll do my best to keep you and Jack in the loop of general direction. Okay. I respected his wishes and said, all right, this probably is not going to work out. But supposedly, before this, hold on, so 10/6, this was the conversation I had with BC about potential roster moves. Now, there's another conversation, and I don't want to leak because it actually is like some sensitive information. I can't show that publicly. But this, prior to this conversation, is when we are talking potential roster moves. Now, hypothetically around here is when I'm shit-talking Sykes and Guild behind their backs, right? Literally 2 weeks prior, me, Sykes, and Guild were in cahoots to potentially team together. As seen here, 9/14, yeah, I think the option I mainly want to do is you and Guild. So this sets up the idea that, okay, me, Sykes, and Guild are going to potentially team, right? Now, if I had the intention to fuck these guys over with DZ just a week later, would I have sent this DM, the damning evidence, 1 second, to my boy Promo, that reads, Sykes would be super locked with the fresh opportunity, and I would love to work on my leading ability of Guild and work through some of the issues we've had. In reality, most teams don't see the success we did in a short time. I really think their friendship would be amazing for the team and make vibes. Not an issue at all in reality. Got a lot of respect for both of them, and regardless, hope they end up somewhere like this. Potential ring squad. Yeah, they've been the dynamic duo past week. So you're telling me a week later, perfectly aligning with my conversation with BC, where I shit-talked these guys, I'm talking about winning LAN with them. Who's lying? It sure as fuck ain't me. So, out of respect for Sykes and Guild, I want them to know that I did never shit talk them behind the scenes. And in the end of this fucking message, I even write, I hope they end up somewhere where they can win. Now, after this evidence was brought to DZ earlier today in the oversight cord, Zero messaged me personally, and we hashed a bunch of shit out, right? And come to find out, there is a third-party actor in this situation who has gone completely fucking rogue and is the creation of these rumors. Now, what made me accuse ZZ for making the rumors in the first place, right? 1 second. Here, in this screenshot, Sykes tells me, I'm asking, wait, can you share who? I don't have a bone to pick with you. I care mostly about the source of the lie. I was told here, you can talk to Nick about it, the DZ coach. So in the moment, I'm thinking he started the lie. So that is what started my crusade against ZZ. But come to find out today from Zero is that ZZ told Sykes to tell me it was him to save face for somebody else. Drama! Right? Okay. After we have established that. So now let's come back to today. We come back to reality. My previous hatred of ZZ has been lifted. The only reason I didn't like DZ's coach was because I thought he substantiated the rumors about Guild and Sykes. Come to find out he was the cover man. ZZ is no longer an enemy of the state. Now, ZZ's a good coach, knowledgeable guy, but he has some flaws. Anytime you're in a conversation with him and you fuck up grammatically, he immediately calls it out as a way to lose the argument. So he has a lot of work to do, but ZZ, our beef is settled. Okay. Now that we know that ZZ is not the person who started the rumors, we have to go back to the three-man of DZ. I have no beef with Sykes, no beef with Jen, and I talked to Zero for over an hour earlier. Come to find out, out of respect for Zero, I'm not going to say that. But let's just say there is a third party above all of this. The players are here. Players are here. These are the players. And then up here, there's someone with like the little arms. They are controlling the thing. And they tried... Listen, when this comes to light in a couple months, chat. So you guys have heard how Zero and them have been saying just wait a couple months and then we'll expose you. It turns out, when we wait a couple months, we're going to be exposing somebody else together. Me and DZ team. Wait for that, because that's going to be fucking crazy. And that might be one of the weirdest things I've ever heard that's happened in esports. Nevertheless, I want to make it clear that ZZ was the cover man, and I only disliked him because I was told directly that he was the origin of the rumor from a DZ member, so it was credible. I don't have any ill will towards anybody on DZ. The information that they had, I didn't leak any of these DMs prior to this, right? This is the only day I've only showed this because I kind of like just fucking had it with this whole liar thing. Given the information DZ had, the players made no mistakes. Honestly, I would be doing the same shit. Casually memeing about it. They didn't do a fucking entire crusade. Zero didn't put on a suit and come on here and call me a liar. Albeit there was some reputation damaging things being said. The actual players made no mistakes. Now, hold on. That's just part of the puzzle, boys. We have a lot of stuff coming up. Now, what does this mean? Now, I hinted at it earlier, but when this comes... So, originally, DZ team members thought that they would be exposing me in 2 months. This whole entire time, hence why I'm doing this, what the fuck are you going to expose? There's nothing to expose from my point of view. After talking with Zero, boy, are we in for a ride. It's gonna get crazy from here. This is like esports news type shit. Anyways, all right. Now, am I forgetting anything? Wait. Okay, accusations involving Nick ZZ, the coach of DZ. The only fallacy ZZ has is being mid at GeoGuessr. That's it. Sweet actively tried to get rid of the DZ roster. We obviously know that's not true because of one of these pictures. The one where I was like, good luck to the boys. Sweet talked behind Guild and Sykes' back during free agency and actively sabotaged them. We know that wasn't true because at the same time I was sabotaging them, I was being respectful to the DZ owner and talking to Guild and Sykes behind the scenes, talking about potentially teaming together. So, where does that leave us? That leaves us here, the elevator story. So now we're going into... We're shifting gears from this drama to previous dramas that were not squashed / explained that compounded with this one. The first one being the elevator story. Now, if you have heard the elevator story has had multiple permutations over the years over the game of telephone. However, it originally started with... Now, if anyone... Listen, quick bounty. $50 if anybody on my stream can find the clip of me talking about this on stream, where I mentioned somebody crying in an elevator. If you can find this clip, $50. Now, the elevator story started off, from what I can remember, as I entered the elevator, a member of DZ was in there at the time. At the time, it was Rig. It was Reignite. That person was softly crying. I walked into the elevator. I pressed my floor button. I said, "You good?" This person responded back with, "Yeah, it's just hard, but I'm chilling." I got off on my floor and got away. Fast forward to today. According to Zero, I talked to Zero a while about this. The story has morphed into Zero was in the elevator with this person, yelling at them directly in the elevator. Now, had I known that was what the story has changed to, that is not true at all. About the elevator situation, it was not 100% made up at all. Some degree of these events happened. I would never just make this up. God's honest truth. Literally all my mom's life, I would never just randomly make these things up. Take my word for it if you wish. However, over the years, the story morphed into things that I didn't realize that were simply not true. And I regret even saying it in the first place. So, unfortunately, I will have to... commit Sudoku. No, but seriously, on a serious note, Zero's not a bad person. Zero's cut from the same cloth that a lot of people are in a leadership position. Any story that involves Zero directly yelling at his teammate. Now, Zero will tell you, him and Jen Burton were getting into it that entire LAN. But the story that Zero was in an elevator yelling at his teammate is not true. However, there was some emotional damage. And that is true. However, I do apologize to Zero and his reputation over the last couple of years if that story morphed into something I didn't realize and I didn't nip it in the bud when I could have. So, out of respect for Zero, I apologize. I feel bad saying it in the first place. I've learned my lesson. I will spread less drama in the first place. But you fuckers are making shit up, and it's like a cabal of fucking drama and low-key. Do I need to get the sword again? All right. Taking ownership. That was bad, but it was based in truth. Closing remarks. Oh, wait, we were missing something, I think. Lying about Skittlecakes. So back then, DZ likes to bring up that there is this story with Skittle and him not wanting to sign something and then saying something. Hold on. Now, after asking Skittle after the moment, this was the correspondence with Skittle. So, all right, so we're kind of bouncing around eras of Apex, but all of these things have been, constantly spread that I lied about, when in reality I did not. So, fast forward to Swedenland. Supposedly, Skittlecakes refused to sign something for somebody, saying, "You're not here to make friends," right? This was told to me while I was drunk at 2 a.m. I then said this on stream when we got back, with Noct in the call, right? Wait, was Noct on your guys' team back then? I don't remember. Anyways, did you say no to a fan for signing something? It was a random staff member asking me to sign something, and I said no, that's it. Did you go on to tell a pro that you're not here to make friends? Yeah, that wasn't my sole purpose for being there, but the way you framed it was blatantly false. I'm not a bad person. I'm genuinely asking. Today I corrected myself and told Twitch that you did not say that directly to the person, that you simply said no, and Noct said it was before Grand Finals. And I said actually respect being locked in for Grand Finals. At the same time, Nasky was a very nice guy, and I signed his mouse pad without a second thought. Flash forward to today, and Nasky, just playing. I'm just tired of people thinking I'm a piece of shit. I know I shouldn't let it get to me, but it does. I don't want people to think I'm a bad person. Totally respect that. Then, next correspondence. Noct and I both said that the story of you telling the person the friends part was better as a story, and both ended up saying the story was lost in translation, that it was not really bad at all, and from the same viewers that heard the first story. However, when you declined to sign stuff and later tell people that you weren't there to make friends, I mean, what do you expect? I did not know at the same time that you didn't say the friends thing directly to the person. I wouldn't have said the story. So this was me apologizing to Skittle, but the things did happen. They just happened separately, right? Okay, I didn't know. Thank you for going back over it all. I told one person that and only refused to sign one thing and didn't expect them to go around gossiping like a high school girl. So now, this rumor that I completely made this up, these two things happened. However, Skittle declined to sign something for someone at working Respawn, honorable, and then said he's not there to make friends to a pro player. This story was merged through the power of telephone. I said the story as is. Skittlecakes clarified with me. I retracted the story, apologized to Skittle, and told the viewers that it did not happen, with Noct in the call. W. All right, my mouse just died. And for the record, Skittle is actually a very good dude, and I like Skittle a lot. Okay, so now let's go back. Let's go back over everything. Everyone thought, not everyone, a small group of people in the Apex community, mostly DZ fans, substantiated a rumor that I was directly lying to try to impact their team, their players, and the org. Based on what I've shown you today, although DZ did show interest in picking me up originally, and we went down months and months of talking about potentially playing together, myself and DZ, at no point did I ever slander anybody, shit talk anybody, and try to do my best interests on the org and try to fuck people over. In fact, I actively tried to get everybody the best spot they could. I wish Jen Burden and Zero the best after they let me know that they're going to go that way. And prior to this lie about me being spread with the players, me, Sykes, and Guild were potentially going to team together, and I spoke very highly of them. So you know who you are, buddy. 2 months when these things can be released. 2 months.